From petrol to vegetables to all the home care products, everything that we need on daily basis are becoming expensive now thanks to the rising Mehenghai. Therefore, if your primary source of income is unable to meet your financial needs, and if you are in the dilemma of how to get additional source of income or diversify your income, then to help you chart your ways, on the show today we have a career counsellor, Dr. Pratibha Jain, MD, Eduabroad Consulting, and a personal finance expert, Pranjal Kamra, CEO of Finology Ventures. Good evening and welcome both of you. Okay, first up, this discussion is not about moonlighting. It's about diversifying your income stream. So whether you're a salary-based individual or you're a freelancer, why is it important that after a point in time you should have more than one income? Pranjal, tell me about you, because the kind of income streams you have look multiple. I don't know whether they are really, but then they at least look, it's multiple. So explain your approach towards it, and when did you realize it's important for an individual to have more than one income streams?
Kavita, I'll be lying if I say that I had planned it that way. I was looking to somehow generate my first income is when I started my YouTube journey and my Finology as a business. I was hoping at least one of those work. So because none of them were working, I was looking for one of them to work. And once in this domain as an influencer, if you get traction, then it's easy to diversify because YouTube pays you, you get deals, sometimes brand deals. Sometimes you can sell your products, you can write a book and things like that. So if I say that, I consciously planned diversifying my income, I would be lying to you. It just happened that way. I was fortunate that way. But not everyone's diversification of income happens automatically, which is why if it's not happening to you automatically, you need to consciously plan for it.
Dr. Pratibha, when can one plan for this? I mean, this actually hits a lot of people post 45 or 50. Is that the age when you should think about diversifying your income streams, or if you're prepared earlier, it's always good?
Better, I would say. And diversifying income streams, I feel the best way is synergy with what you already do, because there is so much new skills that keep adding. Like I have a student who makes websites, and now she's adding podcasting, making videos, doing UI UX experience, chat box. So just by adding to her basic skills, any skill, you can keep adding to your revenue models. So you don't have to do too many things, but I think planning to be keep on adding to your basic core expertise, automatically your client prefers you. You are already a provider, and if you can give more than one skill, they would rather go with you than others. Therefore, you have automatic channel to keep increasing your revenue model. And then now with technology, I have teachers, a whole revenue model which is emerging with technology, where they were teaching, say, 10 children. Now they can teach 100, they can teach 1,000, but they have to learn new techniques. The same classroom technique doesn't apply to an internet model or a virtual model. So new skills are a must no matter what profession. And now there is collaboration, that I am doing, maybe I'm doing t-shirts, maybe can I collaborate with a gym member? So there are so many ways that a person, if they are alert, sensitive to their client needs, the client themselves will give you information that, look, can you also do this for me?
Exactly.
And that can be a planned phase of growth, can be, as our panelist says, can be unplanned. But I think the more planned you are, the more aware, sensitive you are, you talk to your clients, they will only give you information. Look, can you also do this for me?
All right, so one needs to have a plan for sure, but then before that, Pranjal, one needs to know what are your core strong areas. A lot of people, Pranjal, I have seen who have turned their hobbies into an extra source of income. How does that work?
Oh, absolutely, Kavita. These days, fortunately, with internet and with so much accessibility on social media, any hobby that you have, you can actually, previously, if you were interested in art and craft, it was difficult to find the market for it. Today, you just put it on Instagram and you start getting orders and you can collect payments via UPI. So because of all this digital tech stack that has entered India, such kinds of things have become much more easier. And this is why I think this is the generation of freelancers, gig workers, and also someone who's looking to turn their hobby into their second stream of income. Just for an example, a whole generation of aspiring probably journalists look up to you. So if you tomorrow decide to diversify, you could start on how to grow in journalism, and I'm sure a lot of people, including me, will sign up for it.
Sounds lovely. Thank you so much. But then talking about hobbies, Dr. Pratibha. So what happens is that people are unable to identify what they like to do and what are their core interests, what are their core strengths. We are also talking about a time post-pandemic where we can see a lot of digital and online courses coming up, certification courses coming up. It's easier to upskill yourself is what the point that I'm trying to make. But then one needs to sit down and evaluate. Now, what will be that process of evaluation? You have all the help that you need, online certification, courses, and all kinds. One needs to identify what they actually want to expand into. How can one do that?
There's no shortcut to that. My basic philosophy is experiment, try, and then find that one thing that you're not tired doing. I'm a writer, right? I love writing. And after all my work, I start writing at night. That's my stress buster. So obviously, if I do it for pleasure and passion, I will be good at it. But sometimes you can hit it the first time. Sometimes you have to try many things and say, look, I really enjoy this and I don't feel tired. I can keep learning, I can keep doing. And that is the sweet spot that helps you identify, I will be good at it. Because there is so much energy that is needed and continuous learning that unless you enjoy it, unless you are really loving it and you're not really doing it for money, I think when you're not driven by the money of it all, then you are able to identify, yes, I love it, I will be good at it. And I think money chases excellence. People will find you. People will find the best photographer, the food stylist, the blogger, the content writer, people are now very sharp. They are able to find you if you're good at what you do. So experiment, try until you do many things. You won't be able to find out, oh, I really love this, or I didn't feel tired. I don't know where the time went.
Now, this is very important, Pranjal, when you talk about a salaried individual. For freelancers to dabble into multiple projects and multiple streams is comparatively easier than a salaried individual, because a salaried individual is maybe stuck up into a 9-to-5 job, or maybe has a very hectic work life. Now, to encourage yourself, to motivate yourself to do something extra, even if it's about thinking about your passion, your hobbies, which you can monetize later on, it's quite a task. So, what according to you should be that strategy, that little push to yourself that no, you deserve to live a little more and enjoy your life as well by doing something and making money out of something that you really love doing? Pranjal.
Right. So one thing, we need to understand also, and this is slightly sort of negative motivation, is that, jobs are no longer as safe as they used to be in our previous generation. You join one job, you retire with that company. These days, layoffs are very common. So specifically for salaried individuals, you cannot just bank on your job being there forever. So this is sort of negative motivation. Like, apart from that, the positive motivation, your second source of income can be very, very flexible. Say you could, any hobby, anything that you could start teaching it rather than actually looking for customers for it. You cannot practice it yourself and you can start teaching it. Maybe 2 hours a week, maybe 4 hours a week. And, you could charge a premium on your time. So if you think you don't want to give much time, if your quality is good, if the feedback that you're getting is good, you could start charging a premium for it. So less time brings more money for you. And third, and my favorite, is of course passive income. So you can invest in things like NPS, sovereign gold bond, mutual funds, stocks, And then, so, for example, if you're investing in mutual funds or stocks, you're basically partnering other businesses. You're becoming shareholders or partners in other businesses. And if they work, and they work round the clock, their factories work round the clock. So someone is making your money work for you round the clock. So I think investing is something that everyone should do and is a non-negotiable these days. And it is, in fact, a second source of income.
All right. So if we talk about diversifying your income or we talk about investing, the goal is to achieve financial freedom, and that too by doing something that you love to do. Thank you so much, Dr. Pratibha and Pranjal, for being on the show and guiding our viewers.